Jerry Trimble with the height advantage, something he doesn't always have.
Let me finish. Hit with a padded part of the gloves. If you lose your mouth guard, it will be replaced. If you spit it out, you'll be penalized. No clinching, 2 warnings, and you lose points. Let's go back to the corners and start the fight.
All right, well, there was a lot of steam out there at the pre-fight introductions. Bob Yarnell, I don't think either fighter heard a word he said. Jerry Trimble, always flashy, always flamboyant in the gold pants. On the screen to your left, his opponent, B.J. Lavota, in the grayish-blue pants with the black piping. Gives away about 4 inches in height to Trimble. And we're underway, round 1, scheduled for 6.
A lot at stake for Jerry Trimble.
Pretty good combination off the ropes by Lavota.
Trimble just changed. Trainers again went back to Sonny Willis, the man who had trained him for quite a while. Trimble gets caught a little bit between styles somehow, but once he gets warmed up, he really gets efficient. Lavota, as we said at the head, is not somebody to be taken lightly. 10-1 is no slouchy record.
I tell you, this kid, he might be short, but he's stocky.
Stocky, and you can tell he's powerful. Not the kind of guy you'd want to stand inside with, because you lose power punching down. He gains power punching up.
Midway point, round 1.
Trimble can hit with his right hand. The Super Show in Atlanta, a sporting goods show several weeks ago, 50, 100 people would gather around every time Trimble would start throwing punches and kicks into the power targets. Just extremely quick and powerful.
A lot of snap in the kicks of both fighters here in the first round.
Good counter then.
Minute to go.
That was a good counter by Lavota. That's the kind of thing that Trimble needs to wake him up.
Lavota does not seem awed at all by being in the ring with a champion. And that's about the best way to go about it if you're going to fight one.
Well, Trimble didn't get the world champion for nothing.
No.
So B.J. Lavota putting up a good fight here in round 1. Fighters are, they're waiting for the bell. Look at that. B.J. Lavota on your right. Champion Jerry Trimble on your left. Lavota missed with the spinning back kick, came up short. Trimble, a good combination, and he backs away.
Trimble can't quite find a good target, it doesn't look like. Can't seem to get a clean shot yet on Lavota.
Lavota with a lot of movement defensively, and he is short of stature, only about 5'5", so some of those kicks of Trimble's have gone right over the top. There's a good right hand. But the little guy turns the champion around into the neutral corner, and you see Trimble, the flamboyant one, as always, talking to the opponent. And Boomer, that's part of the thing you like about him.
I love that kid. You know, when you're fighting a champion of the world, I mean, this kid, it seems to me, doesn't bother him.
Lavota keeps hitting him with good right hands. Trimble is sticking his tongue out at Lavota. Sometimes he does that in disgust at himself, and sometimes just to show the guy that he's not being bothered. But no matter, Lavota is landing the right hand.
Good left hand there by Lavota. Lavota appears to have a little welt under the left eye. Trimble wide-eyed as always on the attack. Comes in with a double left jab. Round 2 scheduled for 6. And again Trimble now with the taunting tactics, sticking the tongue out, talking to his opponent. Lavota answers with a pretty good combination. Trimble says, come on, hit me.
We've seen Trimble before, like in his match with Tony Rosser. Right after he got nailed, he just came on strong then.
Well, 2 good rounds between Jerry Trimble and B.J. Lavota, 4 or less to go. We're in round 3 here. Jerry Trimble and B.J. Lavota. Spinning back kick by Trimble. Goes again over the top of Lavota's head.
Lavota came here all business. Trimble kind of played around the first few rounds. It seems to be serious time for him. He can't afford to give up points here and there. Trimble can't.
Jerry Trimble of the quick feet, quick tongue, quick temper, you name it. He is flashy.
He's not only flashy, Brad, he's a very good boxer. But in the meantime, he's going to have to take care about business here because this kid, he comes to fight.
Lavota circling the ring.
Lavota is just all business. Trimble doesn't seem to have his distance down right. Lavota's landing shots that normally wouldn't land on Trimble. Trimble does not seem to be pressing advantages when he has.
Little blood on the face of Jerry Trimble now. I don't know if it's coming from him or coming from the nose of Lavota. It's kind of hard to tell. Both fighters' face definitely reddened here. Final half minute, round 3. Spinning back fist, got the body. Good combination inside by Trimble.
Trimble keeps sticking his tongue out, but you know, that means he's been hit, and I don't know why he is spending his time doing that as opposed to fighting.
Yet he puts a pretty good combination together here in the late stages of the round. And there is the end of the round between B.J. Lavota and Jerry Trimble. They head back to their corners. We got more action coming up from Rockford right after this.
Don't be left alone.
Lavota, very intense through the first 3 rounds of this fight. And there's Jerry Trimble, the champion, who maybe is into a little bit more of a fight than he expected. Brad Hensler with Boom Boom Jeffrion and Joe Corley.
If Trimble finishes the fight the way he's fought the first 3 rounds, I think smart money is going to end up being on David Humphries for Karate Mania. Trimble's got to really not spend time playing around. Of course, now against Humphries, he's not going to be doing much except trying to find corners and staying away from Humphries, picking Humphries apart.
Joe, I start to wonder about that, though. This is about the 3rd time in a row we've seen Trimble do a lot of clowning and maybe not quite as much punching and kicking as he should.
Stick with me, come on, get the kicks out. Follow him up.
And David Humphries can definitely make you go. You know, one thing I didn't find out until after his last fight, Brad, somebody called him up to a car and shot him through the chest in Charlotte, North Carolina a few years ago. He held onto the car window and punched the guy and knocked him out, and then went back to his car and drove himself to the hospital.
That's Humphries?
David Humphries. To say that he is a tough opponent is a little understated.
Whoa, I guess. 4th round of a 6-rounder. Trimble looks to the kick corner to make sure he's got the required kicks in and turns around and throws a beautiful lead right on the money. And he's got Lavota a little bit dazed, but Lavota comes right back. Listen to the leather pop, Boom Boom.
Boy, I think that just, you know, even though that Trimble is the world champion, you got to give credit to Lavota.
Oh, absolutely. Lavota came here to take care of business. Trimble has waited a little bit too long to take care of business, it seems.
Yeah, but this is the 2nd time, 3 times I've been watching Trimble now, and then, like you said before, Brad and Joe, he's clowning around, and you know, one of these days he's going to get the treatment.
Jerry's gotten a little more businesslike in this 4th round. And look at the stares between the 2 fighters as the round comes to a close. Got a new spike do there.
Trimble steps inside that spinning back kick with a right hand. Didn't quite land solid. Lavota wisely got his hands up, protected against the roundhouse kick.
You got to come up the middle with him. Okay?
And there's a good look at B.J. Lavota out of Milwaukee.
I've got Lavota leading thus far in this fight. And I heard them say in Trimble's corner he's going to have to get on this boy to beat him.
You have Lavota leading.
I've got Lavota leading.
So 5th round's coming up, and it's a very big one for Jerry Trimble, the man you look at there. Round 5, scheduled for 6. We said at the top of the show, there are upsets in every sport. Can happen here too. And little 5'5" B.J. Lavota is trying to pull off a stunner if he can continue the next 4 minutes to work on Jerry Trimble like he has so far. But Trimble had a pretty good fourth round. Let's see how he picks it up here. There's how he picks it up here. That one right on the money.
Oh, I would have thought Trimble would be throwing that jump spinning back kick into Lavota's body.
Good right hand by Trimble, and Lavota goes down. Lavota was trying to set up for a spinning back kick of his own, I think. He's bleeding profusely from the nose right in front of us. Trimble threw an overhand right, and Lavota went down.
Terrible, terrible break it looks like in Lavota's nose.
Trimble now on the attack. Lavota trying to weather the storm. His nose is either broken or he has a terrible cut over it, one of the two.
It is broken, no question about that.
He's trying to cover it now. And in the 5th round, Trimble looks like he's on his way to a win. It was an overhand right that did it and had Lavota down over near the neutral corner. You see the blood splattered right under the left foot of Jerry Trimble there. Well, they should stop this. They should stop this.
They should stop that fight.
And finally they do. They may have waited a minute too long. It's a standing 8.
Fight's over.
It's all over. It's all over. And it should have been stopped a little bit sooner.
No question about that.
Jerry Trimble the winner, and he is covered in blood, and it's not his. Here's Trimble with a spinning back kick first, and that one connects to the head of Lavota. That may be the one that caused the cut. It's kind of hard to tell. But it was right on the money, as we said at the time he threw it.
The Golden Boy again displayed his unparalleled form of speed and